Welcome to week 5, and in this week's lesson we're going to start learning how to use some of the modify commands. And up to this point you've been learning how to draw with lines and being able to place those, and you've been getting into some different other tools, curvatures and circles and things like that. Now I'm going to show you how to use these modifying tools. So what you want to do is come up here to modifying tools. We're going to open that up in MicroStation, and I want to show you how to go through and use all these modifying tools that will be helpful in your time with MicroStation. There's a few drawings here that you're going to take and you're going to do the modifications to. Like the first one here is copy the polygon. Now if you'll go to the home tab up here, you have of course everything you need up here, but up here in the manipulate is kind of the modifying command. The manipulate, so you got move, copy, rotate, scale, mirror, move parallel, array, stretch, and of course alignments, used to align elements. So the first one, let's go to copy. All you have to do is hit copy up here and just go down here, click on it, and it's pretty simple. After you do that, just take your left cursor button, click on a point, on a base point, it could be right there, and then you just move it. Move it to wherever you want to go to with it, okay? And click. Right click enters it. The next one is scale. And we're going to scale this ellipse by half. And just come up here, and your scale button would be right here. Click on it. And you're going to change this right here to half, and it automatically updates both because we got them locked. And we're going to come down here, and you can do different copies, how many copies you want to add. If you want to keep this one, you can do one copy and keep the original, and then, or you can take that off where it won't copy, it just be this one itself. And you want to come down here, catch the center of that. That's where I'm using my base point. Just click it and click. And that was with my left mouse button. Now we come down here to mirror image. Now I want to get rid of this one because I want to mirror this one over, and you'll have to do the same. So what you want to do is come up here to element selection, grab that, and just do a delete. Come up here to mirror, come down, and what I want to do is grab this just like that, and I've got a mirror line, so I just hit line, and I come over here. Well, first, again, since we changed it, we got to start over, so I got to select my entity, and then I just choose my point to point on my mirror line. And I didn't make a copy of that, so if you want to make a copy of it, again, we can go back and do it again. Grab this and then choose your line, and I'm left clicking that as I do that. Right click to enter. We're going to move this image 4 inches to the right, so all you have to do is come up here to move. Down here it says identify the element, so I just grab it, get yourself a base point, click it, and then you just move. Okay? And this was 4 inches to the right, so let me go back here and show you how to do that. It's simple. Just hit move, grab all of that, get yourself a base point, and then just get going the direction and just type in 4 and hit your left mouse button. Polar array this object 8 times for 360 degrees, so up here's your array buttons, and just change it to polar. Alright, I want 8 copies. Go ahead and fill out this first. 360 degrees is what I want. And then what you do is come down here, and it says identify the element, which is this. Then come down here and click your center point. Puts it right in there for you. Right click. Rectangular array, 5 columns and 3 rows, and all we got to do on that is just, while this is already up, I just hit rectangular, 5 columns. I need to do this information first, 3 rows, And then all you have to do is row spacing. There's none on here, so it's defaulted here. I'm going to put this 4 and 4. And basically identify the element, which is this one. And I'm just going to click right there. And you can see it's going up. If I take and put a negative here, not a negative there, it'd actually be like a negative in my column right here, -4, and click there. See how it goes to the left? And if I put a negative here, it'd bring it down. Okay, so that's just something you have to get in there and toy around with. And it send that. And if I'd put negative here, it'd have dropped it down. If I'd have left this positive, it'd come over. This one would have come over, and this one should have been negative, and it would have dropped it down. So let's go back and do that real quick. Change this one to positive and this one to a negative. Select my item, click on that, and click again with my left mouse button. We'll move on down, rotate the image 45 degrees about the point indicated. Now, remember, if I'm going 45 degrees, it'll probably take it to the left because it starts at 0 and goes all the way around to 360. It kind of follows the quadrant pattern of 1, 2, 3, and 4. So on this one, I hit rotate, select my entity, and I want to put right here 45, and I click right there, and you see how it brought it up 45 degrees from its original position. All right. Okay, on this one, it says put a circle. I'm going to put a circle in here. And 2-inch distance, you want to actually put it 2-inch distance, and it's going to follow this path. I'll go up here and put myself a little circle in. And I want to offset this thing and follow this path about 2-inch distance. Okay, so I'm going to hit my array. I'm going to do a long path. Distant is what I would use. They're wanting 2-inch, and I'd actually start right there to right, and I'd end right here. And again, start there and end there. Let's try that again. We got everything set. First, identify the element. We got it. And identify the path. There we go. And you can see it comes up through here, down, and back around. And you notice that it's a little bit off on this one, and that's just because of this line, the way that it is. Puts it in, puts it across. All of them follow path except this one. And you know what we could do if you want to put that in the path? Let's just use your move command. And again, you guys use move, click on it, and I'm going to bring it straight over. And I want to hit perpendicular to that. And to do so, I turn on my perpendicular entity snap, click it right on there. Okay? So those are things that you can do, and I think that's all of them. But just make sure when you're in here, after you get this done for me and submit it, that you come down and you've got 2 drawings that you have to do. One of them is a mirror. You're going to actually draw this up, draw half of it and mirror it for me. And the other one is going to look like this. You're going to do this array here. And you're going to put all this stuff in here. Going to use a lot of the skills that you've learned on modifying to be able to do that. So if you need help with any of those, and again, both of those are going to be drawn in the mechanical setup. Okay, it'll be decimal. But if you need any help, please contact me.